These days, when we go to the theater with our friends, what do we see? What's playing?
We see these big superheroes, big budget films like Dhurandhar. Now also it's people are crazy about. We see Animal. We see Border 2 selling. They are selling this nostalgia. Recently, we have seen this Mardaani 3 again. They are these big superheroes. We don't see new stories, by the way. We see these big superheroes, big budget film, big
Or
posters.
SRK movie. Or another.
Oh, remembering of SRK, I saw this Tere Naam got re-released. They're selling this nostalgia again.
What happened to the new stories? Where are the new faces? Something original, something that hasn't been done before. What happened to those stories?
नाटक देखो नाटक की तुम ताकत देखो
It was really interesting to see that they're entering into the Bollywood, and by the way, they are doing it by themselves, like totally by themselves. They took this big caravan for marketing and all, so it's really interesting. Like it's so like to see all these things, you can actually visit to their social media page. The page name is like How to Enter the Bollywood. It's so interesting. This film was released much earlier, to be very honest. Like it has
This film
got
was released in 2024.
yeah, it has got multiple awards. Like
Before they released it nationally, like in India, and that was a whole journey, which you can see on their YouTube channel, How to Enter Bollywood. They spent like a whole year building credibility nationally and internationally while going to film festivals. And they got the awards there. The actress, Molchi,
God,
she got the Best Actor Award
Yeah.
in the UK Asian Film Festival in 2024. So they got the recognition internationally, but nationally it was a struggle. Same with the movie Santosh, as we can see. That
I was actually thinking about the movie because the film actually portraying the problems of the society, but when they tried to release in India, the sense of like you do censor board can censor the film, but they are giving so much of cut. Like what is the purpose of releasing if the message is not properly shown? It's not same with Nukkad Natak, but it's just so bad to see this kind of things. Like when an artist
is Zack Snyder fate coming to India. On 12th of February 2026, the YouTube channel How to Enter Bollywood released their first trailer for Nukkad Natak.
Actually, not only the trailer, like if you see the entire YouTube channel or the social media page, you can just see the marketing is done so creatively. It's so genius, to be very honest. Like as you can see, they are these independent film creators. They don't have this lots of budget. Yeah, they took lots of loans. Yeah, we know that. But there was a 1 crore loan. There was another 1 crore. They asked somebody. They asked friends for money. There was 25 lakh loan. I think it was. So doing marketing for the film is really hectic. So they brought this very creative idea about this marketing through social media, and it really worked very well. It's really genius to see this kind of like they have done really creative job in this place of marketing. Like for the marketing stuff, it's like hats off. Before we forget, we have a very special message from three very cool people. Payal, I'd like to Payal Astha and this another person. Another guy, but I am sorry, I forgot. So I have a thing to show. Yes, it is. We will give this at the very end. This is actually they've taken an initiative to support Tanmay Moshi. So you have to go in real life and do this. We will we have this a good introduction about all these things. We will give at the very end of the video, so stick around at the end, and we will give this also. So I'm gonna give a very brief synopsis of Nukkad Natak. So Nukkad Natak follows. It's mostly about a friendship. I'll say that. It follows two people, Mochi and Shivang. Shivang is this shy, perfectionist, ambitious guy who just wants to get out of India and study abroad. So he's really busy studying throughout the movie. And he's scared every single time he even unintentionally breaks a rule. And his life gets turned around when he meets Mochi. They both meet because of Nukkad Natak in ZID campus.
And Moshi is she's a force of nature. She she wants to fight with anyone about anything at any time. She just wants a cause for fight. That's it. And sometimes it can be done performatively as well, which as we are. So it's a story about these two people coming to terms with themselves and their over ambitiousness and their some traits that are fake, that are performative, and learning from their mistakes and suffering the consequences, and by themselves coming up with solutions for their problems and life not going well. But maybe just one thing can make things turn around. Coming to the experience of the movie, watching it in theaters. So we went to watch the movie on 27th with some friends on the opening day. And how do you like the movie? What was your favorite part?
Yeah, before the favorite part, yeah, that is favorite part is always the favorite part. But I would like to start with the criticism, minor criticisms. I would like to like end with begin with the criticism, end with it, and just then start with the refreshing and interesting things. So about criticism, there are a few minor criticism that is about the film Nukkad Natak. I would like to see more natak within the natak. Yeah, the film Nukkad Natak is a natak, but within the natak there is also the different nataks that we see. I felt that there is this lack of more natak within the natak. So I'd like to see more nataks. It would be more interesting. It would serve the purpose. That is the one thing. And another thing is I think it maybe my eyes or I cannot see whatever. The few technical parts, maybe there is a glitch of the focus was not perfect maybe. Two parts, there is one part where um, Choti was coming with a board and she have written so many things over there, and this is the white part. When there is the white part, I felt that that part was a bit hit and miss maybe, and this other part was um, inside this school where there is this principal and this Moshri and this Shwang where they were sitting, and felt that maybe somewhere a bit hit and miss this about this focusing. Again, I understand this is an independent film and this you have done together and I understand, but I thought that might be I've seen something like this. So yeah, so this is the criticism. Would you like to say something? Then I'll go with the my what I've liked actually.
For criticisms, I don't have. So we're editing right now and feel like we should clarify some things. Just as we were editing, we kind of looked up Choti and couldn't find anything. If you go on the IMDb page, Book My Show, or even the Letterboxd, you can't find Choti, Mukul, or any of the Basti people as cast members. After the movie was over, they played montage where directed by Tanmay and starring Moultrie and Shivan came up and a few of the other actors, but there was no Choti there. I'm not sure what's going on. Um, I'm not sure how ethically the whole thing was handled. I have no idea if they were compensated, how, with what they were compensated with, and yeah, if anyone knows anything regarding this, please let us know, because we're concerned. And yeah, back to the video. Because I know that for all art, maybe you can take it for art that's secure, that's funded. Maybe you can take the art for its face value. But sometimes when it comes to things like this, when it comes to independent creators, the art becomes more than the art itself. It's the whole journey of like 4 years of what they did together, the writing the script, getting the actors, getting the scenes, shooting them, getting all the, we know from experience, that getting the sound right, getting the light right, getting the weather right, getting everything right, and getting everything, every people, like all the people on set in time to like shoot all the scenes, and then editing it, and then the the
Going
the
into
tech not malfunctioning, and just every single thing comes into play. And when you have a huge budget, it's fine because there's so many people working on it. You can fire people, and you can people can come in and help. But when it's just a group of friends doing this, a group of associates doing this, it's a lot harder to just see it as, oh, that was a good film. It's my god, they did this. They did something that's like, I don't even think that before watching this movie had prior to this I had any idea that you could release a movie in theaters in a, like, we watched at a, it was a little far away, but it was a good IMAX. So to release it there and do it all,
It takes a lot.
it's kind of incomprehensible. So I'm just at a loss for words. For criticism, the only thing I could say maybe is that the dress code. I think some things could have been symbolic. Some things could have been used as a ladder to get the story out there visually. Like maybe the characters could have worn something dire and muted before, like maybe in grays and muted blues and browns, and when they're figuring themselves out. Or maybe you could use a personal color to your advantage. Like maybe they don't look good in extremely bright colors, so you could put Mochi or Shivang in the extreme, like, warning yellow color. And later when they're kind of accepted themselves and they see themselves for who they really are, you could have put them in something that's more harmonizing with how they appear on screen, so everything feels more right, doesn't feel in disharmony. Maybe that's just because I kind of like researching into set design and costume design, and all my movies are horror. All my favorite movies are horror movies, so that's a huge part of horror movies to do this with costume design. So maybe it's that. But I think that could have been a small thing that would have probably not taken a lot of money to do, and could have you know set something more visual.
more abstract, more symbolizing.
Yeah.
Symbolic.
Yeah, like a subtext,
Do you want to say anything about like acting? What about that? Like, because that is the main part, I guess.
Yeah, the acting was great, honestly.
But few, like, you have felt, right? Few parts, the emotion was somewhat.
I think because of the narration, there was like one time I felt like, oh, you're asking me to feel this, but I don't actually feel this. That's the only thing. But I think for most people that wouldn't work, because I'm someone who watches a lot of gore and you know body horror, so it's not gonna connect with me specifically. Both of us, we don't really watch romantic movies or feel good movies. He watches feel good movies, but I don't. So that's a bias, I think. Good
But
things.
yeah, so it's like lots of criticism. Let's come to the good part. Like, what's good about the film? The story is very refreshing. Like, you get this breath. It's exactly like this. You are in this ocean of what films do you see? Like how we have explained earlier. Comparing that movie with this movie, it's just a fresh air.
You know how people felt when Pico was in theaters, like
Yeah.
they first released Pico? They were like, oh my god, it's the best movie ever. It's so organic.
Yeah.
It's a good movie. It's not my favorite movie, but that it kind of feels like this, but even more so because it's done by just a bunch of
creators, independent creators. Yeah. And most of the thing is they are very new. They're just new talents. No one have seen in this big pictures. No one. So for that, and songs. Actually,
it has my favorite song. This movie has my favorite song ever.
Nowadays we don't get any songs for kids. This film has this pretty incredible song for these kids. They have this feel good vibe, and it's not actually pushing it the like lyrics and all. It's just for the childrens. You can actually learn alphabets also with it. I think this song should be
values. The lyrics are really good.
Yeah, this song should be like every parent should tell the children, listen to the song, listen to the song. Straight. This should
No
be
more
free.
Bum Bum Bol.
No. Yeah, Bum Bum Bole was good, but this should be something very nice. And nowadays, not even Bum Bum Bole. Nowadays, like,
Aaj ki raat.
yeah, honestly, it's a personal thing to say, but I see people I have experienced, like nowadays, childrens, they actually listen to these romantic songs.
It's not romantic. It's a objectifying song.
Yeah, not that actually. It's romantic in the way like the actual romantic song when there's this guy and there's kissing and there's different kind of lyrics within the song. That kind of romantic song, like
There are songs like that.
yeah. So that kind, like they're underage, like they don't understand what's going on inside the song, but they are listening and they sing. Oh, it's a nice song and all. So I think that
Also, I think just kids seeing item numbers and dancing to them kind of perpetuates sexualizing them, sexualizing their bodies, and pedophilia. That's it. Normalizing pedophilia. There's no other way to say it.
what was the interesting part from the movie you like?
I think the standout thing from this movie would definitely be the writing. The writing is the best part. You can we took the friends we took with us, they said that there was not a dull moment. All of it from beginning to end was engaging. So and we don't buy overpriced popcorn. So even
Ooh.
without
Hooray! Hooray! Hooray!
So my favorite part with the writing and my favorite shot of the movie in terms of I really like the cinematography and the color grading. The color grading was really natural and it's not something you usually see in Indian movies because India is such a vibrant country. There's color everywhere. So you see a lot of colors. I think it was an interesting take to do it in muted lighting. Not lighting, I guess, muted colors. That also showed the grim reality that underprivileged people live in and something that we should definitely do something about. We should like bullying politicians to do something about. I don't know, please. We have to do something about it. My favorite scene was I can't say too much about it, but there's a scene where the camera just kind of dances along with Shivang, the actor who plays Shivang, and it kind of is a risque scene, I guess. But the way that's handled, it's so beautiful. It genuinely feels like the camera is dancing with you. I love the cinematography there. It feels so intimate. And yeah, the thing that I remember most is the child actress who played Choti. She did such a intricate job at displaying all the little emotions of anger and then confusion and being hurt when she was left alone and just feeling like you're not meant to be here but still wanting to be here. All of these things she showed them and expressed them with her eyes, and that was nice. I hope we get to see her more in new projects and new movies that are well written and complex as this one.
In this one particular part where Mashri was teaching Choti, there is this wide shot, and there's this. Earlier, I was talking about this song. They're just doing this song. There's this wide shot of this song. It felt, even if it was wide, it felt so intimate. It felt so like the feel good factor. I really genuinely felt that. So it was really interesting, like take on that particular moment that the who have done this like choreographed this shot was like nailed it.
One of my favorite directors of all time is Maya Deren. You can see her movies on like YouTube, and she has this tiny short film about choreography of the camera. And when I was watching that particular shot with Shivang, scene with Shivang, I remember that film, and I don't know, that was nice. It's just really nice the way you can see that they had fun filming it.
This film has this gut to show the truth, what's happening around us, to be very honest. Nowadays in Bollywood, like I'm not talking about the big stuff. I'm talking about what you and me, what we feel about the things that is happening around. Because we are habituated to see this larger than life pictures in theaters. We don't see this minor intricate details of the life of what we feel. Okay, so this, they have done really interesting job in this particular point. And about the cinematography I've told, but about the environment I'd like to say more of it, like parts where you can see the plastics, this is there, it was just there, like they want to show the real picture. They just don't want to make the frame beautiful. They just want to show the real picture of what's there. It's not like I want to remove this and I will make this thing beautiful. Just showing the real things feels very natural, and with the color stuff they have done, muted thing, it's really interesting. So for that, it's really interesting for the team, those who have done this. And obviously you don't see these things happening in Bollywood, and even if it's happening, it's only maybe few independent filmmakers, those who are just releasing over YouTube or something like that. But it's really seeing this in this large big screen, and with the competition, like films like Animal, Dhurandhar, and Mardaani 3 Borders, it's really interesting to see these kind of things this happening. I think it's a breakthrough. Like I think this can be the starting point of Bollywood, like taking this point, this, yeah, people also can
I
do
think
these
that was a
things.
really healthy display of masculinity.
Yeah, about masculinity, yes, this really healthy way. Like nowadays we think masculinity is all about showing off bodies and muscles. That is
Not
hyper.
shaving, never showering.
It's talking about hyper masculinity. It's not masculinity. Like if we really define masculinity, it's not always about big muscles, big body. It's about what a person can do, right? Would you like to explain masculinity? I think you can.
No, I don't look. I don't even believe in gender. In terms, I think it's a well, it is a concept. So, in terms of masculinity and femininity, masculine is not being a girl. If you're in any way displaying any trait of a girl, like even liking something too much, that means you're not masculine. You can't like anything. You just have to be nonchalant about everything. Oh, I don't care. Oh, I just want to go to the gym and take creatine and take Viagra. That's at this point. That's all masculinity is.
Performance pressure. It's always.
In every way.
You should go and watch the film.
Also, you should bring your mom, your dad, your uncle, your aunties, every single person who talks about your friends or maybe people that you like.
We are holding a few words because we don't want to spoil things. That's why
they might learn something from the movie. Learn how people who aren't normal actually are. How they actually feel. And the fact that everyone is normal and no one is normal. And normal doesn't exist and it shouldn't exist.
As you can see, this is a story about a girl and a boy. But honestly, it's not a typical story of love as we see in most of the Bollywood film. Like if there is a boy, if there is a girl, there is have to be this romantic relationship, this passionate hug, passionate kiss, and there's be a problem with this and all this drama. This is more about a friendship.
It's platonic love.
Okay, this is more human like. It's not exaggerated. In cinemas, like there is a boy, there is a girl, they have to be romantic love. They're just normal friends, and they're just sharing all their problems and all these things together to figure out. Right. So this is really, again, this was also a very interesting take on. I have never seen something like this in Bollywood. Maybe there are films. I'm not saying there aren't films, but the films that we see that are coming on theaters and all, we don't see this kind of chemistry between friends. Like, even if we see, it's very little, but this is all about what you see. It's a good take on friendship as well. Like people, like I can understand I have understand this because in my day-to-day life, I have actually seen many people. Uh, if you talk with this friend, and they will by default they will think that, oh, this is their girlfriend, this is their boyfriend. No, just they can be just normal friends, right? So that's a very good take, to be very honest.
So we want to talk about the state of Indian cinema right now a little bit. And in recent time, we have watched a few movies, and only those movies I think have been worth our time. Vadh, Nilgiris, it's a documentary about the first Indian biosphere reserve, and it's so enchanting. The animals become protagonists, and us human beings we become obstacles for them. It's so beautiful. I'm so grateful that we got to experience it in theaters. We almost died reaching home, but um, glad that it was a experience that I could have. But both the first part and the second part, and there was an old movie called Badhai though. That's a good movie that Bollywood has. Um,
Yeah, about the documentary, it was our first time, to be very honest, to watch a documentary in this big screen. This documentary was very interesting because you don't see what kind of problem that is actually occurring with animals. So this documentary, yeah, because of us, to be very honest, you should go and watch.
because of greed.
So this documentary actually portrays that very nicely, and
The sound design.
yeah, it's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. I was glad to, like, we have watched lots of documentaries, but it was like maybe on laptop, maybe on TVs and all, but never watched a documentary on this big picture. So seeing animals, pretty animals, not that animals, but pretty animals, this was really good. And what is the second part? It was surprising, to be very honest. For me, I was actually wondering around about the story lining. Initially, it would feel
Also,
like,
it's funny. What is
okay,
funny?
the initial part, while you are watching the film, it might say, what's happening right now, but later you would say, whoa, it's really really a good script writing. You'd like to say, like, because the first part and the second part, I'd like to not say anything about it, just watch it. Like, if you really watch the first part, go and watch the second part. I was talking about friendship, right? This other film also, because they're also kind of doing this independently and all. It's about Dostojee. If you haven't heard, I was talking about friendship, right? This is also about friendship. To be very honest, in this modern era of how French should be and all, like, we are actually forgetting about what needs to be a friend. In this place, this kind of films, it's a very huge thing. You get to know what is to be friends, and Dostoevsky does that very well. It has been a lot. Like, I haven't cried, but after watching Dostoevsky, yes, the director, again, he's not a big director, to be very honest. I kind of know his place, I know his house. This guy was shooting weddings, then, like, things came to his mind and made those Dostoevsky. So, like, this kind of people, those who are genuinely writing story, like, this are really, like, I don't have anything to say, rather, like, very thankful to these guys. Like, yeah, s- just watch those, and uh, if we have any recommendations, we will just
There
give it
are
the
Bengali movies
descriptions.
as well. There,
Yeah.
There's this movie that he went to watch twice, and I only got to watch once. It's called Manik Babur Megh, and it's such a. I did not think that I would relate to this lonely old man at such a level, but I did, and it's such a sweet film.
This person, in Manik Babu's Maid, this person was actually doing this serials. Never saw him doing these big pictures and all. Whenever, this is like Indian household, like every household, mother, or, like, this people, they watch these serials and all. Whenever I used to sit and just see that oh, my mom is watching serial. So I'd like to like, say this person is really genuine, is so good on acting. Like I was thinking like, haven't he done any films? Like no. Then after watching Manik Babu's Megh, I was like awestruck, to be very honest. Like story like this exists. Like how does it exist? Like I was like, oh my god. I watched it once alone. Then I thought you should go, you should go, you should go, you should go. You definitely will like this, like the film. I I told that I told my mother I like to take her, but for some reason she couldn't. But I've showed her. So yeah, like films like this, Manik Babu's Meg is kind of an artsy film, to be very honest. But these things,
It doesn't feel bigger than life. It feels very humble.
yeah, you shouldn't have to see how Manik Babu's Meg is. It's maybe this is just a metaphor of something. You just not have to see that the cloud is chasing the man, or something like
মেঘ
this.
মেঘ একটা মেঘ নাকি 24 ঘন্টা ওকে ফলো করছে
And the thing is, I think these are the only films that you should go out and watch with your own money. You should not be putting your own hard earned money and watching Dhurandhar or Romeo. When Tripti was at her finest with Bulbul and Kala, I don't think as many people paid attention to her. And now that she's kind of, I don't have an adjective, just doing filler movies, uh, now she's, a girl's gotta do what a girl's gotta do. I get it. But I wish that her talent was paid more attention to because she's a great actress. She's so good. You can see it in her earlier movies that she's genuinely incredible. In Laila Majnu, I can't imagine that movie flopping. The first part of the movie is kind of but the second part of the movie is so good. It's so good.
This
And
Lala Majnu thing, initially it got flopped, but
yeah,
later when it got re-released, it showed like people genuinely showed interest on that film. Like if I am not wrong.
and music in those movies are also really good. Just put your money in these, don't put your money in Wuthering Heights. It's God, don't do that. Read the book.
Yeah.
Read the book. Yeah, it's just racist. The whole movie is just racist. It's about marginalized, racialized experience and how it feels living in a white community. And what
Actors.
what I don't remember her name, but Emerald. What Emerald did was she cast all white actors. All of them are white actors. I don't know. I kind of expected more from Margot Robbie because she did Barbie, and I thought that maybe she kind of understands the cultural connotations of what it means to be a woman or what it means to be a marginalized person. But I guess she doesn't. Yeah. Anyway, just don't watch.
We are
Wuthering
not
Heights.
talking only about Bollywood. We are just saying lots about.
It's a whole different kind of moms. Watch independent movies. Watch movies with substance.
Yeah, support them. Yeah, support them. And
if you really want to watch these movies, pirate them. I mean, I'm not condoning pirating anything. Of course, it's a very bad thing. You should never, ever go into fishy's up. You should never get a VPN and go on fishy websites and watch important movies that need your money to survive. Important movies from tiny studios like Disney and Fox and Universal Studios. Of course, go to theaters and definitely support these tiny studios. Never get a VPN and never watch them via pirate sites. Not condoning pirating. Anyway.
yeah, sure, you should support all this film about like Manik Babu's Meg. After the film was end, like I was talking to the actor. Just he's so humble.
Every single release of Bollywood right now is oversaturated with this unhygienic display of manliness and hypermasculinity. It's not even hypermasculinity, it's just a false display of what a man should be. And the women are reduced to just being objects to ogle at, no lines, no. Oh my god, I watched this Love Stories Part 2, and there's the third short film uh, by Amitav Ghosh, Ajay Ghosh, some like the same guy who directed Kahani. It's the worst thing I've ever seen in my entire life. I don't think I've seen anything worse than that. That's the worst thing I've seen in my entire life. And I so sad that Tamanna had to go through that she had to say yes to a project like that. I want more roles like Moshri and more roles like Choti that Tanmay wrote so
Even
beautifully.
Shiva.
Yeah, more roles like Shiva. I'm mostly talking about talented actresses as Tripti, Sharbari, and I really want to see Tripti and Tamanna and Sharbari and even Aishwarya. She's I would love
Go
to see
do
her.
some go like I know like there's budget issues, but go do films with independent creators.
I wish they hired Aishwarya again now that she's I don't think they're gonna, because she's like the Bollywood, they can't make money off sexualizing her anymore because they sexualized her so much when she was young. But maybe some independent directors will write something, create something, and we can see. I love Aishwarya. She's such a good actress. She's such a good performer. I want to see her on screen again. To reduce women to when if you're 30, you're dead. It's so why? Why would you do that? You're just beginning to live when you're 30. It's just been 30 years since you've been alive. Of course, you have so much more to go. Anyway,
Most of the thing, the actor and actresses, they have this experience.
yeah.
So they can do more. Like if there is an independent creator or director, the actors and they can share their experience and they can
Look,
do
if
something more
Salman Bhai,
interesting.
if Salman Bhai can still sell stuff, we can hire older actresses. We can hire older good actors. Ugh. I'm just tired of seeing Bollywood men not having shaved, not having showered, and beating other 100 men who look just like him, except that they're darker and he's fairer, and he's fighting for his mother, his wife, or his daughter. Just the other characters who are just there to fulfill his story arc. That's also bad writing, by the way. That's not a good hero's journey. We as an audience have to critique as well. When movies like Laila Majnu, movies like Bulbul and Kala, and even like the movie Maharaja, I don't think that's a great movie, but I really liked Sharvi's role there. I really liked the guy who played, I don't remember the names. But we should support movies like that instead of supporting Oromo, please. Bollywood did used to make good movies, because Jab We Met is a great movie. Both the characters are really nice. Shahid's character is really
To
good.
be very honest, I don't like at all what Shahid is doing. I really don't like. Jab We Met, when he did these films, he was so like charming. To be very honest, he was so charming, and I really could feel that person.
What I'm trying to say is, if you can financially support understated movies that actually have substance to them, go out and buy tickets for these movies. Take your friends out and families to watch these movies. Don't spend your hard-earned money on supporting just propaganda movies, And the thing is, we need more characters like Shivang, because Shivang is a very good portrayal of what it means to be a person.
Good
And
character.
yeah, and having flaws and making dumb mistakes and then realizing your mistakes and actually
How
doing
we do.
something.
How we
Yeah,
do.
and
It's how we
actually
do.
doing something to solve those and learning from your friends and being inspired by your friends. And he's not just this angry, and yes, he has anger, but it doesn't define him. It's just the emotion that he has. And he's also kind and generous, and he understands his friend Mochi, and he tries to help her. So if men see these healthy portrayals of what it means to actually be in the body of a man, then maybe we can actually see some change in society, because art imitates life and life imitates art, right? So maybe there can be some difference through media. If women go out and see complex character where the female body is positioned from just an object to this well-rounded character that experiences all these emotions and does something about them and fights for the people and is strong, then maybe people in female bodies will feel, oh, I can do this. Oh, even though it's scary right now, I can do this. Being in a female body is an experience of always being crippled by fear. And if media and art can somehow help anyone overcome that, help people in male bodies be less scary, and help people in female bodies be more courageous, and that's kind of what art is supposed to do, like disturb the comforted and comfort the disturbed. So yeah.
Also, like we're talking about this, I just remembered, like in many of Bollywood films, female actresses are just hired to portray their body. Nothing. It's just nothing, just to portray their body. And how does men, men, how does the portray? It's just the upper part, the lower part. Is how you cut pieces of meat is exactly how male see female bodies. Like it's just a objects. This is a
I also think it's objectifying men as well, because you reduce men to just animals, not like actual, because animals have intelligence, but brainless animals. Because what you think men can't control themselves? Yes, they can. You just expect men to not control themselves, therefore they don't. This is becoming a sociological commentary. This is not that, but just complex writing, please, complex writing. Right now, what the world we live in, most of the influential and powerful countries are turning to fascism. So right now is the correct time to write things that break the mold, write things that do more than just entertainment. Because in Taliban, people with wombs, mothers, women, girls, everyone is losing basic rights. Basic right to speak, basic right to just say something when you're beaten up to death.
I will.
So
I have one thing to say. Like I'll just share one poster over here. Okay, just see what it says. Like just see. They say that till the point the bones are like intact, it's good. Till that you can actually like oppress that like person. Like it's so. I just can't explain. Do you understand what I'm trying to say?
I just think
And it's legal. Government says this. What?
we need to move away from these narratives of oppressing women and taking and accepting men as brainless animals, because they're not, they're individuals. And men need to know that they are individuals. They can make decisions, they can control their desires. They're not defined by their urges and desires. They have a brain. If they want to pee, they can hold it in their bladder. They're not going to pee their pants every single time they want to.
We are just trying to talk something that like people really not talk about. And
If audiences kind of beg for movies that are like, oh, but I want more representation like Shivang. I want more men like Shivang who are soft and gentle and have a brain and can think for themselves, and more women and girls like Choti and Moshi who are strong and argumentative and just annoying, to be honest, and they have a right to be annoying. So if you demand more movies like that, if you go in and buy tickets to movies like that, they'll make more movies like that. This is becoming something that we're preaching, where you're not preaching.
Yeah.
You're just requesting, please.
I was thinking about like why all this movie and all this art media. It was an era of these movies used to tell people like what's the problem around, and they used to educate people. Like I don't see like movies are, it should be entertaining. I understand that. I genuinely understand, because maybe like there's this office person who does like for the entire week, this person is working so hard, and this one Sunday he goes and want to watch a film. Okay, I understand this phenomenon, but after all these things, like this person should know what's actually going on around, rather just seeing this hyper masculine stuff and over the top thing that is not actually.
And also,
like
you should give new creators a chance. New writers, new musicians, new voices, new faces, instead of repackaging the old ones and repackaging Nepo babies. Stop doing that. Stop repackaging Nepo babies, please.
Should I
Yeah.
So basically like why I'm saying this, because this person who is going to the cinemas will watch the exact thing, like the over the top over masculine thing, and this person will think that, oh, is it because cinema and music and this are very intertwinedly connected to our this brain, and whenever you listen to any kind of music or any kind of thing, it just musics are something that you listen and it just goes inside your brain and it just touches your that particular emotion. If you just
It whams you.
think if you just think that that guy who is just consuming all these things, and maybe that person will become exactly like this, that person shouldn't become like that, but that person will become a false example of masculinity, rather becoming what that person is, because that person is not like, there is no opportunity for that person to become that person, because it's already been like fed, like you, a man has to be like this and a man has to be like this. So confusing. Please give a breath, like make the, just show the true thing what it is. People will know what to see. People will know what to see. You can understand the frustration. Sorry, but kind of when I'm talk about all these things, really get frustrated because yeah, let's just stop.
It's a very long video. We're probably gonna take.
We'll just talk about all these things in our next video probably, because it's too long. We are talking and
I have the script here, and it's been over for a while now. We're still going.
We are still going, and people need to think. I know it's a very tough time to think after you are doing so much for the entire week and days. But if you get time, please think about you, because at the very end, what it is doing is actually hampering you, me, and people around, and that's what makes society.
Man, don't you want to go see something that shows you? Don't you want to go see something with your friends that represents your friend group, and not like this thing that you have to be, and that you feel like it's not you, and you feel crippled by it, you feel claustrophobic? Why would you want to even see something like that? I want art, I want films that's not underwhelming constantly, because I expected something to be Barbie, and then look at what Barbie turned out to be. And I don't want things to be overwhelming with unnecessary action scenes that are not well choreographed. And yeah, I just want things to be whelming, whelmsome. You want things to be whelmsome?
Yeah, me too. Yes, obviously. Whelmsome. Everything should be whelmsome. Okay, so I think the video is too long at this current. If you are watching this, just very thankful to you, because
if you
it
appreciate
took lots of
appreciate
patience.
our do on everything that we talked about, then if you have any ideas on anything that you want us to talk about, you can comment, you can engage, you can say hate comments if you want, whatever. You can
do debates. We like debates. Yeah, its comment is up to you, and hopefully it's time to end this video. How Nukkad Natak was. It was the first initiative. This is also our first initiative. This is the first video. So if you liked, you can like. Not that like. Yes, you can like that also. By the way. So if you have liked, please share with your friends also, because this discussion should be more fun to do with. Just engage with your friends with good discussions about society, about yourself, about people around us. So we can make this place good for everyone, for people, for animal, for nature. We need to let everyone speak, because when you silence people, that's when the politicians try to do fascism on us. Just don't do that. Let's stop. Let's be annoying. Frustrating. Let's do politician like this, and it's time to. We're gonna stitch the video that we met some cool people who are taking the initiative to do something for Nukkad Natak team. I'm gonna stitch the video. See ya soon, hopefully. Let's get whelmsome. Let's get whelmsome.
We have a very interactive community with us, Study community. And we plan to support films like Nukkad Natak, which is an independent film. And it's released in theaters today. So happy Nukkad Natak Day to you all, first of all. एंड सेकेंडली जो भी नुक्कड़ नाटक की मूवी को रिव्यू करेंगे और देन में श्री को टैग करेंगे कंटू कॉमेडी के साथ उन्हें एक फ्री ऑडियंस टिकट मिलेगा हमारे एंड से। बस आपको स्कैनर को स्कैन करना है और आपको फ्री ऑडियंस टिकट वाला जो फर्स्ट लिंक दिखेगा उसे टैप करके फिल कर देना। उसमें कुछ ज़्यादा नहीं करना, बस अपना नेम नंबर और इंस्टा ID और थोड़ा बहुत बेसिक चीज़ें एंड फॉर्म रहे।
And guys, I can promise you that this open mic event is very interactive even for audiences. Like we conduct these open mics wholeheartedly and in such a way that every audience can interact once for a time, and if any audience can approach the artist also between the show and
Okay, first of all, let me make open mic very simplified. Okay, open mic is nothing like a very big thing or something like that. It's just a safe space where we all come and join and we all share what we have never shared to our families. Maybe we can make a new family in that community. Okay, like we can express ourselves and some people can connect with it. And we have a very interactive game like Sweet and Figure in which we all try to connect. And everyone will engage with my at least once or twice. Maybe like any audience, anyone will make sure. So if you give a little try for Nukkad Natak, हमारे लिए तो बस 30 seconds या 1 minute की वीडियो, पर उनके लिए शायद ये उनका दिन ही बताते। तो यार मतलब जो लोग 1 करोड़ का मतलब लोन लेके मूवी बना रहे हैं उनके लिए क्या हम 30 seconds नहीं निकाल सकते?
Let me say it, Tapra, can you get it? Let me say, look at the camera, look at the camera. You have anything to say?
Enter.
I didn't see.
Enter Nukkad Natak.